In 2014, the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change worked to advance Jamaica's environmental agenda while moving the country towards a more climate change resilient populace. That work didn't happen by chance. It was all based on one of government's strategic priorities for the year: environmental and climate change resilience. $30 billion, the value of the National Water Commission's K-Factor Water Supply Improvement Project, aspects of which were rolled out in 2014. Among the initiatives, an $80 million water system upgrade for the Eastern Westmoreland water system in January, with $42 million designated to cover work in the Leamington-Cedar Valley area and $38 million covering work in the Betheltown-Argyle Mountain area. In February, Cabinet approved a $53.9 million contract for the construction of the Mount Airy reinforced concrete water storage tank in Negril, Westmoreland. February also saw the commissioning of the Windsor Heights water supply system in St. Catherine, valued at $3 million. In April, the Thornton water supply system was developed for $36 million. The Gibraltar rainwater harvesting system was developed in June at a cost of $27 million. And the Burnt Savannah Knoxwood water supply system in St. Elizabeth was commissioned in October, reaching over 3,000 residents in the Breadbasket parish. Also in St. Elizabeth, the Portsea catchment tank was commissioned in November after undergoing major repairs at a cost of $5.3 million by the Rural Water Supply Limited. Urban areas also benefited from the commissioning of the Balata Avenue well to provide up to 1 million gallons of water per day to residents in sections of the Kingston metropolitan area.
Indeed, water is a very important resource. By providing our communities with a safe and reliable source of water, we are equipping them with the potential to attract new business and improve on existing ones.
And the island's capacity to manage its water resources was strengthened in 2014 with the signing of a $98,000 contract between Jamaica and Brazil in August. All this even as the National Water Commission copped the regional prize for the best tasting quality drinking water, the third consecutive time Jamaica has won that award. A prolonged drought that ravaged the country and produced some of the hottest months on record. It made water one of the biggest stories of 2014. But the administration rose to the occasion. The Water Ministry implemented a number of drought mitigation measures, trucking water to the most affected parishes, imposing water restrictions, and increasing public education on water conservation practices. In August, at the height of the drought, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller responded with another $15 million for emergency drought mitigation.
The ownership of land remains an effective means of gaining economic and social independence. As such, my ministry is working assiduously to continue the tradition of securing land ownership and building what we call the ownership society that this administration envisions as we look and work towards our Vision 2030 goal.
And that commitment to a land ownership society was further strengthened by the gains made by the Land Ministry in 2014. In February, 70 Jamaicans from the parishes of St. Mary, St. Anne and Portland received land titles. The project, which was supported by a $2.1 million grant from the Republic of Korea, closed off that month as well. 2014 also saw the expansion of the Land Administration and Management Program, LAMP2, now reaching a total of 8 parishes. It was extended by a further 10 years after receiving a $90 million grant from the Development Bank of Jamaica. As a result of that agreement, hundreds of Jamaicans received land titles throughout the year, finally becoming registered landowners.
Over 3 years, I'm trying to get my title. And I'm so happy that I have it, and my children in Canada, they are very, very happy. They are jumping now for joy because mom is finally okay.
Security of tenure and security of property rights are fundamental if we are to fight poverty and to build a great nation. This is what we mean when we say that we are creating an ownership society.
In a bid to resolve land issues facing ordinary Jamaicans, $20 million was also set aside to fund the operation of adjudication committees across 9 parishes. Draft development orders, which facilitate the development of lands, were also completed in the year for the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew, Clarendon, St. Thomas and St. Catherine, excluding Portmore.
It is expected that for the first time these development orders will bring the entire island under the control of the Town and Country Planning Act by 2017.
The National Land Agency NLA was also restructured with the implementation of technology called the Estate Management System. And as part of plans to cut down on incidents of fraud committed against registered landowners, the agency also launched an online platform called Property Watch Jamaica. The NLA was also hailed as a leader in public sector innovation and customer service by the US-based news and technology company Thomson Reuters, copying the 2014 Public Sector Champions Award from among more than 1,000 government entities worldwide.
No country can have sustained economic growth and development and social well-being without due and careful consideration of the environment. The environment is the subject that underpins each and every portfolio: agriculture, health, tourism, industry, water, climate change, and social development.
With this conviction, the administration put the environment in the forefront. Plans were solidified on the creation of a Protected Areas System Master Plan, policy that will strengthen the management of protected areas. And a comprehensive beach access and management policy was also started in the year. Work also advanced on the construction of breakwater structures of approximately 990 meters in Negril to reduce beach degradation and allow for natural growth of the beach over time. In terms of the nation's forests, revision of the 1996 Forest Act began to support the provisions of the new forestry policy, which is currently being drafted. And work advanced on the revision of the Green Paper on the Dolphin Policy for Jamaica, which addresses the management of dolphins in Jamaican waters, the trading of dolphins, and the regulation of dolphin attractions.
More than any other issue, climate change poses a direct threat to any and all attempts to achieve sustainable development and, by extension, our Vision 2030 goals.
So $27.5 million was allotted to Jamaica's Climate Change Division. From that money, 2 automatic weather stations were installed in St. Andrew and Manchester in June to enhance climate data collection by the Meteorological Service of Jamaica. Also in June, the nation hosted the International Climate Investment Fund's Partnership Forum. Over 500 participants, including policymakers, entrepreneurs, financiers, social advocates, and researchers from across the world discussing the way forward. A number of climate monitoring products and services were also developed by the ministry responsible for climate change. The products included tools for seasonal precipitation outlook, drought monitoring, and seasonal drought forecast. And in May, ground was broken for a 7-acre climate change park in Portmore, St. Catherine. It was an active year for the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change, and despite the environmental challenges, policymakers worked to place Jamaica on a path to achieve sustainable development.
We agree that teamwork unifies the effort, divides the tasks, and multiplies the effect as we work with the common goal of building resilience and ensuring sustainable development.